Thank you very much, and thank you to everyone for coming. I do want to say a special thank you to our Grandma Strobel. We didn't know she was going to be able to make it from Houston. 92 years, and still hitting max. So, thanks everyone. We're really glad you're here. For those of you that don't know, my name is Todd, and I am Amy's little brother, and I make her nervous. Whether it's my aggressive driving or when we went skiing and she has calculated movements down the hill and I whiz by her. Or, I think the perfect example is when we would go tubing as kids on the lake and you're supposed to tell the boat if you want to go faster or slower because you can't hear, so you give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And then sometimes our Uncle George here would put his fingers to his head like devil horns, which means you're in for a wild ride. So there's plenty of pictures of Amy and I in the back of the tube. Amy with her thumb down. Me with the devil horns. Well, Amy. Here we go. When I was a kid, I used to think cursing was cool. And our mom, bless her heart, would always try to get me to stop by giving me more acceptable replacement curse words. And most of the time they made sense. Damn, darn, hell, heck, and of course ass, but. But then one time, Amy and I were in the back seat, playing around, teasing each other back and forth, and I playfully, regrettably, used the B word. Ooh, yes. And of course, Mom was not okay with that. She said, "You do not say that." And I said, okay, I'm sorry, I was just playing, but what should I say? And this stumped our mother. And she thought about it for a moment, and she goes, "Don't say the B word. Say strong-willed woman." And Amy and I loved that. So anytime growing up we wanted to use that word, that's what we would say. Now, obviously this was a last-ditch effort on our mother's part to try and get her annoying son to stop cussing, and it was probably partly a joke. And we clearly didn't mean it as a compliment at the time, but I was thinking back on it, and we now, especially these days, need strong-willed women. Strong-willed women don't take any crap. Strong-willed women stand up for themselves. Strong-willed women don't allow mansplaining or manspreading. Strong-willed women nevertheless persist. Strong-willed women stare the patriarchy right in the teeth. Strong-willed women stand defiantly on the broken glass of the ever-breaking ceiling. So using Mom's logic, I can proudly say, son of a strong-willed woman, Amy, a real B word. I warned you, there was horns. Amy and I did get along growing up, but we did battle every once in a while. We used to fight during the commercials of our favorite shows. I'd have her in a headlock, she'd be pulling my hair, like, "What's on? It's back on, it's back on." So we'd go and we'd separate the couch. But then you know when it goes to commercial, the little NBC logo goes away. So then we knew we had 10 seconds to get the pillows for round 2. We had a lot of great memories growing up, where we actually did get along. We did the speech team together, and plays and musicals. She was a senior and I was a freshman, so she would drive me to school every day in what could only be described as an overflowing trash can on wheels. Amy is super, super messy. If you were to hire professionals to clean her car, you would find Jimmy Hoffa, Amelia Earhart, and Trump's Russian P-tape. So then after high school, she ended up going to undergrad at Miami University in Ohio. And then I actually, my freshman year went to Ball State in Muncie, Indiana, which is just about 45 minutes hour away. So once again, she was a senior and I was a freshman. I don't know if you know this, but Miami University of Ohio was voted the 3rd hottest school in the country according to Playboy magazine. Which may or may not have been why I visited so much. But then, and then this is true, it fell to 4th hottest school in the country after Amy's freshman year. So I told her, Amy, you're walking around campus, you see a guy with a bunny rabbit on his t-shirt and a clipboard, tell him you're just visiting. I'm kidding. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous now, she was gorgeous then. And I know that because whenever her and I would go to the bar together, just her and I, guys would be just me and her, they'd go up and they'd hit on her all the time. And it would just piss me off. Not because she's my sister, but because they don't know she's my sister. We're just two white people, they don't know. That says more about me than her, but you get it. That brings me something that I usually don't like to share about Amy. It's actually an embarrassment for our family. And let me assure you, she was not raised this way. You saw her table over there? She's a vegetarian. And one time I was visiting her in West Virginia, and she goes, Todd, what do you want for dinner tonight? I'll cook. Do you want some tacos? And I said, yeah, but I don't want any of that tofu. And she said, no, it'll be the real thing. But then she said, because of her morals, I had to be the one to go to the grocery store and purchase the meat. But that she would cook it, no problem. And that makes zero sense to me. That's like having someone else pay for your hooker. You're still the one doing the not okay part. You might also notice that Amy is not drinking champagne tonight because she's, of course, allergic to carbonation, which is, super common. I know tons of people allergic to air. Shut up and have a beer. Amy and I, so she's not drinking beer, but we did find a common love for some wine here. And so one of the things that we do when we visit each other is go to wineries, and it's always a lot of fun. I visit Amy where she goes, in Ohio, West Virginia, DC, Kansas, and she follows me where I end up, in Indiana, New York, Chicago, now in LA, and of course, when we went to Vegas to go see the Queen herself, Reba McEntire. That was a great weekend. I cherish the time we spend together, visiting each other. It's always a blast. Which brings us to when she met James. You know, as cheesy as it sounds, for James and Amy, it really was love at first sight. Love at first dating sight. And as Rob mentioned here, James here likes to fish. As a matter of fact, him and I went on Friday. We caught the same amount of fish. But it makes sense that he is a fisherman because he clearly knows that you have to be patient. He knows when to throw back and when to keep. He also knows how to gut, clean, batter, and fry. That's more part of the fish analogy, but you get it, Amy's a catch. And James, we're all glad you caught her. Back to Amy here. As you can tell from my previous stories here, growing up I was a bit of a stinker. And when Stanton went to college, I only had one other person to blame. It's her fault. It wasn't me, it was her. She's the reason. But now, growing up, she's still the reason. She's the reason I got a passport. Because one time she asked me, hey, do you want to go to Egypt next week? And I figured I had to be prepared for the future when you have a sister like that. She's the reason I know more about podcasts, books, songs, and memes, because we are constantly sending each other things to try and educate and entertain each other. She's the reason I'm chasing my dream out in LA. It was her convincing me to go visit her in college and see my first film festival that made me realize that I wanted to be in the entertainment industry. I had my interest, but it was that weekend that I decided. She's the reason I'm single. She showed me what a real woman should be, and now I can't find any out in LA. Which might have to do with the latest advancement of plastic surgery, but that's a whole other conversation. She's the reason that your house looks, as I call it, small town fancy. And she's the reason everything inside, outside, all of this looks so gorgeous. It's like Pinterest porn. And James, she's the reason you're going to have so many great memories and adventures for the rest of your life. She's the reason, yes, she's the reason that there will hopefully be little Rutherfords running around so I can spoil them like I do Callie. And she's the reason we're all so proud of her. She's accomplished so much in school, work, and life, and such a great attitude. And finally, she's the reason that I can only express my love for her through constant teasing. And she smiles right through it, which shows just how strong she is. It's not every day you tell someone how much you love them into a microphone in front of a large group of people. I'd be remiss if I didn't take advantage of it now. Lou, even the most positive, loyal, smart, brave, strong, diligent, energetic, and supportive person I've ever met. And I couldn't love you more for the amazing woman that you've become. I can now say with confidence, you're my favorite strong-willed woman. I love you. So let's please raise a glass to Amy and James. Cheers.